Fucking always when I'm on my period shit is the most frustrating. I need a pitcher so I can pour off liquid without spilling everywhere. Oh, it's such a nightmare. There's my... Oh, fuck. It doesn't fucking fit. Regroup. Okay, so we're just gonna do things our way. God, please. Please, God, don't let me fuck this up so bad. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That worked. Okay. Wow. hurt. Man, those are some really good looking kefir grains, I tell you what. Oh. Frig. Bitch. Guys. Vote. Number 1, passion fruit. Number 2, passion orange guava. 1 or 2? 1 or 2? Which one should I drink? Oh, my hips popping. I'm gonna have to fucking burp these. I sure hope this shit don't break. I'm starting to get nervous, moving everything. This is fuck off. I'm getting really irritated. PMSing very hard. Well, I guess it's not PMS anymore because my fucking period is happening. Wait, my knee. Any more glass bottles anywhere? Yay! I am really struggling being my worst enemy today. Just fucking spill shit everywhere. Just fucking knock shit down. Block your own way. Just fucking kick your own fucking ass all day long. That sounds like fun. I am in such a bad mood. Such a fucking miserable, grumpy bitch right now. I want to cry. I want to scream. I want to make a big scene. I want to argue with somebody. I don't even care if I win. Should text my husband and be like, I'm bored, I'm mad, I want to argue. Argue with me something. Oh yeah, which one did you guys say? 1 or 2? Wow, you're a pig. Fuck you, you sucker. So did you guys tell me 1 or 2? Nobody said anything? Seriously? Fuck you, John. My house is clean. I know what you're talking about. You're just a dumb fucking incel loser on the internet, desperate for anybody's attention. So you're trolling the comment section. All I do is clean my house. And work my fucking ass off. So now that kombucha stuff is done, I can maybe make myself some fucking dinner. Maybe then I won't be so grumpy. I should eat some golden beets that make me feel better.
Hi, you want that tie?
I got so much done today. I got all of my monsteras replanted. I got the kefir refreshed. So now that's done. I went grocery shopping. All right. And so what did you guys say? 1 or 2? Please, please, please. It's actually not kombucha. It's water kefir. I'm making it for my husband because he has a stomach disease. And so he spends like $20 a week on kombucha, and that's a lot of money. So I figured I would make it for him and make him fresh soda every week so that he doesn't have to ever buy it again. I think I'm going to try the passion fruit one first, and then I'll do the guava passion after, since y'all are fucking losers and can't vote. I'll vote for myself. Stuff is just about dry. Almost ready to switch over my laundry again. Oh, I should have bought ice trays. Oh. Oh. Whew. Mm-hmm. Delicious. Oh. I need ice. I'll put it in the freezer for a minute. Set a timer for 10 minutes from now. Okay, now I can
10 minutes, counting down.
Pull my laundry down. I got a feeling that tonight's gonna be no good one. Mama!
Okay, so today we've got ribs on the smoker. Smoker's going. I got 2 racks of ribs. I know I did ribs last week, but my wife was gone, and she really likes my ribs, so I'm making ribs again this week.
The Bluetooth device is ready to pair. The Bluetooth device is connected successfully.
Time to cook. Anyway, so on the ribs, I put on the Meat Church honey bacon barbecue rub. They're not a sponsor or anything. I just really like Meat Church. I use a lot of their products. So, what kind of wood? I see someone asking what kind of wood. Right now, it's a mixture of almond wood and oak.
The Bluetooth device is ready to pair.
For kind of my startup fire, and I'll probably just stick with oak throughout the rest of the cook because that's what I've got mostly split. So, today I want to cover a few things. First, we'll do a quick update.
The Bluetooth device is connected successfully.
The Bluetooth device is connected successfully.
And we'll cover that. Then I want to talk about what I think Reckless Ben and the other defendants' counterclaims are going to look like. So I mentioned on one of my recent videos that I think it's a near certainty that we see counterclaims from defendants. I don't know if they will be lodging those counterclaims.
Exhibit 6 is the bullet fragment, the bullet jacket fragment, as well as some other fragments that were recovered from Mr. Kirk at the time of autopsy. Exhibit 6 consists of one 30 bullet jacket fragment and 4 lead fragments. The Exhibit 6A bullet jacket fragment cannot be identified.
Welcome back to the Jimmy Dore Show, everybody. Keaton and Kurt in for Jimmy. More stuff from the Tyler Robinson preliminary hearing. Phantom Pain says something doesn't add up in the official story. Lance Twiggs testified he had never heard Tyler Robinson talk about Charlie Kirk. Then suddenly, after the shooting, we're told Tyler left behind a trail of messages, Discord conversations, and a written note. Never discussed it, then documented everything. Clearly, fed slop. Take a look.
You ever talk about Charlie Kirk? I personally have never heard him talk about Charlie Kirk before, specifically.
Well, sure. You didn't ever talk about politics.
He did more than me. I still don't really keep up with politics very much. He usually talked about stuff he heard on the radio on his drive to work and like their work cars, since it sounds like their whole crew went in the same car most of the time. But I wouldn't say super consistently, so it wasn't a topic I really contributed much on.
What about Charlie Kirk? Did you ever talk about Charlie Kirk?
I personally have never heard him talk about Charlie Kirk before, specifically.
Oof.
Weird.
Definitely weird.
I'm bewildered Andrew Colvin now. Well, that's weird. I have a lot of questions about that.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. That's your bewildered Andrew Colvin face with your Andrew Colvin hair.
I mean, like, what? It's like, they didn't even talk about that? It's so strange.
Never mentioned them at all until apparently after the fact, when those text messages surfaced. Yeah.
I heard he's not even gay.
Yeah, exactly. Lance Twiggs, says Candace Owens, says he never heard Tyler talk about Charlie Kirk or LGBTQ issues, but we're supposed to believe he jumped up one day and decided to try on an assassination over those exact
very
issues
Korean.
after never committing any crimes in his life. I cannot bear the Fed slop any longer. Yeah, it doesn't look any better, I gotta say, for the official story here.
What does he got on his head?
Yeah, who the hell knows? Sam Parker says, let me get this straight. Lance Twiggs' DNA was on the towel and screwdriver. Lance has the same pair of Converses as Tyler. Lance has access to the Discord in Tyler's computer. Lance allegedly found the confession note, which no longer exists, from an 11 p.m. automated scheduled text from Tyler. And now we also find out the Dremel that Tyler allegedly used to engrave the bullets was Lance's.
Weird.
Did I hear that right? Let's take a look.
Bullets. Was he engraving bullets before this?
Yeah, I don't remember exactly who, but he had said he was planning to go hunting with his family. He asked me for if he had like a Dremel because he said he wanted to create messages on bullets. And I just told him where Dremel was and told him to make sure he doesn't like set off the bullet on accident in the house.
I would be so mad if I was Tyler Robinson at this Lance guy.
And I just told him where Dremel was and.
Oh, I heard there's militant queers that are dremeling their bullets, so that's weird.
Well, in the previous segment, we heard Andrew Colvett say he was curious as to Lance Twiggs' involvement, suggesting he may have been a co-conspirator. Now, Lance Twiggs, if I can ask you, has been granted some kind of immunity in this case. Is that correct?
I know. I don't know why, and I'd like to know why.
Yeah.
I would like to know why.
Charlie Kirk.
I personally have never heard him talk about Charlie Kirk before specifically.
Oh, strange.
Was he engraving bullets before this?
You know what else is weird? Me and like the other TPUSA people met with Tyler, the guy, like just for the alleged shooting. Is that weird?
That seems weird to me.
I don't know why. I'd like to know.
You'd like to know why? You'd like to know why?
Yeah.
Lance Twiggs, Candace Owens says, wants us to believe that the biggest assassination since JFK happened in his backyard. He received a mysterious note under his keyboard, plus a stunning full-fledged confession, but he chose not to follow the case much and didn't see the released FBI images until later. He has also shown the staircase images and says it looks like Tyler Robinson in terms of his shoes and jeans, stuff he would wear. Wow, what an amazingly solid means of identification. Definitely his shoes, and he liked wearing jeans. I cannot wait until this obvious Fed asset is allowed to be cross-examined from the defense. Do you think that's going to happen?
No.
Do you think that's likely to happen? And when would that happen?
No.
Would that happen at a preliminary hearing, or would that happen at the
It's
trial
not even
itself?
the trial. It's just the.
Yeah, this is just a preliminary hearing.
I have so many questions. I mean, I hope there's a trial because I have so many questions from just the preliminary hearing.
Well, I guess there is a trial unless he enters some kind of plea. That's how it would get out of trial, right? Is if you take some kind of deal, but they're not going to offer that.
And why did Mikey McCoy call Erica right after the shooting? That's so weird. I was like, Mikey, why'd you do that? And he was like, I know, right? It's so weird.
The Patriotic Blonde says forensic analysis concluded that the major bullet fragment retrieved from Charlie Kirk's body could not be conclusively matched to the rifle allegedly used in the shooting of Charlie Kirk. This is a bombshell, says the Patriotic Blonde. This was tweeted out yesterday, 4 o'clock.
Number 6. What is Exhibit 6?
Exhibit 6 is the bullet fragment, the bullet jacket fragment, as well as some other fragments that were recovered from Mr. Kirk at the time of autopsy.
Thank you. Going back to page 2, will you read the first full paragraph there, beginning with Exhibit 6?
Yes. Exhibit 6 consists of one .30 caliber class deformed damaged bullet jacket fragment and 4 lead fragments.
Will you read the next paragraph as well?
The Exhibit 6A bullet jacket fragment cannot be identified or excluded as having been fired from the Exhibit 1 rifle based on an agreement of all discernible class characteristics and neither sufficient agreement nor sufficient disagreement of individual characteristics. The results of the comparison was inconclusive.
What?
Inconclusive.
Oh, wow. That's a bombshell, dude.
Yeah. Maybe look into that. When on the day he was shot, the first thing that made me think something was weird is when we found out George Zinn didn't do it. Like, if there's a guy standing up screaming, shoot me, shoot me, shoot me, and about an hour, as I
Set a
remember,
timer for 10 minutes from now.
transpired between the time when it seemed like he was the killer and the time that they said, actually, no, he isn't. I mean, right then and there, I said, "Oh boy, something must be up here."
You know what else
Something must
sucks
be
is
up
that they shit that somebody hit the time display on the screen on his phone and can't just turn it sideways.
Yeah,
That
well,
sucks,
this is what
dude.
this says right here. How absolutely unfortunate that the damage to Lance Twiggs' phone screen is nearly perfect circle exactly over the time display. Totally freak accident, I'm sure. How would one even go about trying to reproduce damage?
Yeah, or turn the phone
Okay.
this way and you can get the time on the other
That's
side.
true. You could get the time on the other side.
Did anybody tell them that? That's so weird.
That is true. You know, I didn't even think of that, Kurt.
Well, these are questions I have.
Yeah. Well, you should ask these questions. You're on top of things. I didn't even think of that. You could change the
And
orientation
also,
of the phone.
why did Erica take over TPUSA after saying all that trad shit? That's the thing I wonder over TPUSA. Why? It's so weird.
All of these organizations are very trad organizations. You know, none of these organizations are full of people who don't live the lifestyles that they advertise. You know.
You know, we used to have an orgy after TPUSA, every TPUSA.
Well, it's just
that
of
weird?
Hollywood. You know, the cast of
Yeah.
The Little House on the Prairie. That's how they lived in real life. They lived out.
I heard that at the other orgy.
Yeah, they made
I was like,
butter. They
weird.
made milk. Yeah, they had.
I thought we were
kids.
Judeo-Christian values.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, Little House on the Prairie. Those Judeo-Christian values on the prairie. Yes. Candace Owens says. Yeah. Says,
Christian values on the prairie is my favorite show.
yeah, that should be. They should remake that show. Judeo-Christian values on the prairie. Yes. There are so many devastating points to the Tyler Robinson narrative, but chief among them is Lance Twiggs' testifying that Tyler wasn't political, didn't ever speak to him about LGBTQ issues or gender identity issues, and also alluding to the fact that he is not trans. He goes by Luna, but he says it is not a female identity. I mean, I can't. How am I going to argue with that? What
It's
the
his
hell do I know?
persona, bro. I
Yeah.
know, isn't that weird though? A persona.
He goes by Luna, but it's not a female identity. So he's a.
It's blue.
That's a they them, but it's more specific than a they them, right? There's a subsection of the they them that's a Luna. All right. For months, the Satanists have been trying to convince you that Tyler was so motivated by politics and trans ideology that he decided to murder Charlie Kirk for trans viewpoints that Tyler held so dearly, he never even expressed them to his boyfriend. Until a stunning text message confession after the murder shown to us via a picture on Lance's phone, which just happened to be smashed in the very corner that would allow us to verify what time these photos were taken. This is all very dangerous. The government is playing a very dangerous game here with this trial. The illusion of democracy and a social contract is being completely evaporated. Well, that ship has sailed, I think,
Yeah, quite some time ago,
quite some
by the
time
way.
ago. But all right.
Oh,
We
another
are-
weird thing is we had a meeting with Bill Ackman, TPUSA, and he like ate a baby. At the time, I didn't think a lot of it, but like now I'm like, that's weird.
That was Judeo-Christian values at.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
He goes on Judeo-Christian values. And I was like, is that what that means? That's so weird.
Judeo-Christian values on Montauk. At the,
You know, I didn't want to ask because it's
Yeah.
like not cool, you know, because Erica, she's a widow.
We are not supposed to know that our government is capable of this level of violence and psychological delusion. Well, I mean, it is, and it always has
This
been.
is Elliot's
and
baby
this is what's come
blanket.
to light in more ways, in more examples than just this trial. I think this is like one of these things that you're seeing now, just kind of all across the board. I think the genocide in Gaza was a huge part.
Kind of a massive one, I
Yeah,
would say.
kind of a massive one.
Again.
Kind of a massive one.
Me, not Kurt Colvett from TPUSA, but me, Kurt Metzger. I'm prejudiced against Arabs naturally and Muslim. Prejudice against them. Do you understand? Do you know how bad Israel cocked up that I am now? Fully on the side of the Arabs on it? You know how bad you messed up? That's not my fault. That's Israel's fault. You lost a prejudice guy. How do you do that unless you suck ass?
Yeah.
And maybe
Well,
be
this
more
is-
pushy. Maybe try that.
Exactly. I mean, when you look back at the other segment that we did about Andrew Colvett saying now he has questions about other people's involvement in this, perhaps even Lance Twiggs' involvement in this, I think that could be a way of admitting that this speculation is valid without acquitting Tyler Robinson. Like, that kind of gives you the best of both worlds from a PR standpoint, which was always my suspicion. My suspicion was never, and I don't know, and just like I said, full disclosure, I have not followed this case as closely as Jimmy has here on the show, but my suspicion was not so much that Tyler Robinson had absolutely nothing to do with it, but that he is a part of a conspiracy or a patsy or a fall guy or somebody you plant on the roof, just like in Butler, Pennsylvania. You know, that kid that they had there up on the roof there, I forget his name, which right away that shows you something's weird, that you forget the
Thomas
name of the
Crooks,
incident. Yeah, Thomas Crooks.
Hey,
Yeah,
you know his
exactly.
parents did for a living? Do you?
I don't know what his parents
They
did.
were well, they are. We don't
They
know
were
what
behavior
are.
modification
Behavioral
psychologists.
modification therapists. So here's what that means. Translated. MK Ultra automatically. That's what that means. Behavioral modification. That's the B.F. Skinner torture box.
Right.
All the stuff they learned from World War I on is what they use for that kind of mind control. And that's what they do to make assassins and Manchurian candidates. And anytime you hear that, that's the most suspicious thing you've. That and having a therapist who was in the CIA, or like a personal trainer who's in the CIA. The case of Kanye, who has power.
Harley Pasternak?
But nobody questions that. That's not weird to anybody.
Well, with something like that, like you could plant a shooter on a roof, and then if someone else fires the shot, Secret Service fires back at the patsy, and there you go. You have your dead body.
And you know what else is weird, King?
Yeah. Who knows if this guy wasn't supposed to be that? It could have been something like that went wrong because he got away.
He was supposed to die in the shootout with the cops, and then
That's what I think.
by not going in. But you couldn't have fired the gun. We still haven't heard the answer of how the hell you would actually bolt the gun with that sight scope on top of it that prevents you from. Because the picture of the gun from the crime that the FBI has, you couldn't have fired the gun physically. So that's a little weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just have questions about it, you know.
A lot of questions. Well, there you go. Yeah, I hope Jimmy is back in time for the trial because he is better suited to address your questions than I am, sir. Yeah.
Answers to questions, and I would love to ask some questions.
There you go.
Everybody's blaming me and Erica Kirk with crazy talk. But I don't that for you. Lance Twigs, is that even a real name? Sounds weird.
Lance Twigs.
Yeah.
He's Luna, right?
Luna the bear. Lone wolf, that's some furry persona.
Yeah.
You have to be completely checked out of everything to believe this story, or a liar like Tim Pool, or a deliberate scumbag liar like Tim Pool. I mean, it's such a tragedy. A guy with such a great band is so bad with his politics, isn't it?
Yeah.
He just make great music that everybody loves, but he's got to do these weird lies for our greatest ally.
It's like Kiss, like Gene Simmons, you know.
Oh, just real quality.
Yeah, real
Gene
quality.
Simmons
real
is an
quality
Israeli,
artist
isn't
with
he?
that.
You can see why he's bedded 6,000 women like a Nephilim.
Yeah, exactly. All right, well, hold on to your questions, sir. We'll try and get them answered as soon as we can.
Hey, come see me on tour. We'll be in Burbank, California, August 30th with a live celebrity panel show. And then September 18th through the 20th in Chicago, Illinois and Roseland, Illinois. Go to jimmygo.com for a link for tickets.
I almost want to see just a little bit, just a touch more of what he has to say about Andrew.
They'd be like me hiring Gary. I'd be like, Gary, I'm dying out here. Can you help me out on X? You got any YouTube advice?
You got any YouTube advice, Gary?
And Gary would be like, oh, I got all sorts of advice. I got all sorts of advice. Now we're gonna bring you down from 400,000 people watching your show. We're gonna bring it right down to 200. Want it nice and small. That's the first thing. We bring it down to 200. You're always looking at the camera. Now that has to stop. You gotta start looking up. You gotta start looking up like that. Okay? Can you do that with me? Okay, now your blinks. Your blinks are a little off. What I'm seeing like 20 blinks a minute. You gotta bring that blink. You gotta bring that blink rate up. We're gonna bring that blink rate up to 70 blinks a minute. Okay? Trust me, people love this. Small audience, okay? Real small, nice, compact, right? This is how brainwashing works. Small audience, nice and compact. Can't control hundreds of thousands of people. It's too hard. Small audience. Small.
Yeah. Worst advice ever, right?
Then you're gonna sign this. This is from the DOD. You gotta sign up with the DOD because if you're on a small audience, you're not gonna make any money. So you gotta sign this. You sign off with them. It's like your soul.
Set a timer
It's
for 10
fine.
minutes from
It's
now.
fine. Don't even worry about it. You sign off on this. They're gonna give you the money. That way you don't need the big audience. This is how it works. Okay, third or fourth, I forget which one we're on here. But you have to hate Candace. You have to hate Candace. This is the key. This is the key. This is the key to everything here. Yeah, I hate Candace. You hate her so much, right? And here's Graham Allen. He's our boss now. Here's Graham Allen. He's our boss now. You're gonna take marching orders from him. Here's Brandon Tate. Brandon, come on in here. You're gonna be good friends with all of us now. This is the best part of this whole gig. You get to hang out with us all day.
You know? Baron just falls off the map of the earth. Let's get into the Officer Tatum one. Is actually very quick, but it does make sense. Listen, you guys know I love Officer Tatum here, but I could definitely see why some people would not like him. So let's get into that.
Fed slopper in chief, who's just out there promoting the TPUSA position day in, day out. I have no idea why, Mama. It's just true, Mama. It's just true. Brandon Tatum. Oh, is that him on the TPUSA list of contributors? Meaning you're probably, in all likelihood, almost certainly getting paid $10,000, $20,000 a month, probably. That's the rumor. To shovel TPUSA doo-doo down people's throats? Yes. That's exactly what that means. So, we actually know when he started shoveling TPUSA doo-doo. We have a note right here. This is when the doo-doo shoveling started. For immediate release. Brandon is back, baby. TPUSA welcomes back Blexit co-founder Brandon Mama Tatum as the newest contributor. Dateline Phoenix. Turning Point USA for real.
Baron wants to go into that impression so much deeper. He feels like he can, you know? I don't know if you guys ever heard the show. He's like, if I do an impression of Officer Tatum, people say I'm hateful. I know he wants to go deeper into that impression. Of course you do. Of course you want to get deeper into that impression. I know you do. I know. Don't worry. I often will do things that my Caucasian counterparts can't do. Don't worry. I got you. Don't even worry about it. I think we even have an Officer Tatum video that's coming up. I think we have that. Give him permission. I have to give Baron the Officer Tatum pass. I need to give him the Tatum pass. Oh my gosh. You got it. Hey, listen. If you need it, Baron, go ahead. Yeah, listen, I'll give you. How about this? I'll give you a Tatum pass, and I give you an N-word pass. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Completely
right.
fine. Go
That's
ahead.
not how it works.
It's valid for 2 weeks. There you go. Both of them valid for 2 weeks. Have fun with that, you know? Don't spend them all in one place though, you know? Don't spend them all in one place. But have fun with those. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's keep going here.
Oh, to announce that Brandon Tatum, co-founder of the Blexit movement, former Tucson police officer. Wasn't there some fort in Tucson? Is there a fort in Tucson? Is there some fort in Tucson? There's some fort in Tucson, I think. A former Tucson police officer and prominent's doing a lot of heavy lifting there. Prominent conservative commentator has rejoined TPUSA as the newest addition to its growing team of contributors. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. So we even have a date when the doo-doo shoveling began again for Brandon Tatum. So if Graham Allen's out there shoveling doo-doo, he's on the payroll, he's apparently a Fed, or at least all evidence seems to point that he's a Fed. Brandon Tatum, payroll. You guys want to know how badly he's shoveling the Fed swap? Here is a tweet from 2 hours ago. This is like day in and day out for this guy. This gives these guys, they love this stuff. They love this stuff. They love misrepresenting evidence. They love acting like this is an open and shut case. This is just 2 hours ago. This is Mama Tatum. Tyler Robinson's defense isn't going to argue about trap doors or exploding microphones because they know the prosecution has a mountain of DNA. What's a mountain of DNA? Like if we're being
Someone just blew their load all over the place, obviously.
A mountain of DNA.
Cum just everywhere.
That's disgusting. That's absolutely disgusting. What? A mountain of DNA? A cup of DNA is vile. What? A cup of it. Enough to fill both my hands is absolutely atrocious. If it was even Ben Shapiro size, it'd be terrifying, because where'd all that DNA come from? You know what I mean? Who was pumping out all that DNA? A mountain of DNA is horrendous. That is the most horrendous thing. That is a horrendous description. That is disgusting. I don't know. I'm just saying. Am I? Someone said too much sauce. Someone said too much sauce. That is absolutely vile. I'm just saying. If there was even a blotch of DNA on this desk, I'd be absolutely angry. Angry right now. I'd be pissed. I'd be like, who put this little blotch of DNA on my desk? Who put this? Who is this? That's Graham Allen. Was Graham Allen in here? Let me see. I don't know. That might be Gary. Was Gary in here?
Do you not realize you're talking shit about yourself right now?
Nope, that's Graham.
Too far. Took it too far.
Oh my gosh. I'm kidding. A mountain of it? That'd be like a wave. That'd be a wave of DNA. You just look behind you. Oh my God. Run. This mountain of DNA is coming. Oh my God. There's too much.
Okay, you're taking it too far. Please, just fast forward.
There's too much of it. I got a backstroke. Don't do a breaststroke. Someone get me a snorkel.
It's 3 real quickly,
Literally,
just because I
60
didn't plan
seconds
to
of
go
that
through.
more.
Just let's just go through these one at a time, because this is so boring. These people bore me to tears. It's his gun. I have a number of firearms. I have a knife addiction. You know, everything I own has my DNA on it. Everything. If you took a weapon out of my house, it's going to have my DNA. I just promise you it's going to.
Be mature, okay? Be mature. That's Barron. Be mature right now, okay? Forget about what I was saying. Be mature. You know what he means. He means fingerprints. You guys know that. Be mature right now, okay? You're in front of Barron. Be mature, okay? You know he means fingerprints. You know what he means. Come on now.
So that's not very compelling evidence as I see it. Surveillance? I've seen the surveillance, sir. I've seen the surveillance that Cash Patel admitted was enhanced. And I've seen the surveillance that Cash Patel did not admit was enhanced, and it looked like, I mean, it could have been a 5'3" black woman, it could have been a 5'9" Hispanic guy, it could have been a 6 foot tall Chinese guy, it could have been a 6'3" white guy. You can't tell what that is running across the roof. You just can't tell. So that surveillance footage doesn't mean much. And Discord evidence. Oh, we talked about the Discord evidence. Officer, sir, senor, Mr. Tatum. If it turns out he was in custody before the Discord evidence was created, is that going to change your opinion you're giving on this video here? This is an open and shut case. Well, I'm glad he's no longer on the police force. And the defense is simply trying to secure a life sentence instead of the death penalty. I don't believe that's true at all. I believe this is a paid-for TPUSA spin. They're getting their money's worth. Let's just take a sneak peek. I don't even know what this is going to say. We're watching this live. We'll live react together, guys.
You cannot, in a reality, in a world that we live in that's reality, you cannot make astronomical, outrageous claims without evidence.
Yeah, and that's what they're doing. That's all I'm sure. I can't. Thanks.
He played 3 seconds of the video. He heard Officer Tatum say astronomical. He was like, I'm done.
I'm out.
Oh my God. I'm crying. Oh my God. Oh my God. I should make it into a square like Erica does. Here, let me make a square. Because listen guys. I like Baron, but I'm not like Baron. We're gonna listen to this whole damn clip. I don't know what you think. I don't know what you think's going on. I got the clip right here. We're gonna play this whole thing. I want to hear this clip. I want to know what he's saying right now. Let's go.
That's reality. You cannot make astronomical, outrageous claims without evidence, or you will be including in a lawsuit somewhere because you defamed somebody because you heard from something you heard. And let me just tell you this. We'll find out in the trial, but the defense is, I almost will guarantee you guys that the defense is not going to make this argument. They are not going to argue that Charlie Kirk was killed with an exploding microphone. They're not going to make the argument that there was a trap door. They're not going to make an argument that somehow there's another murder weapon used. The argument is...
It sounds rigged. It sounds really rigged. I don't know. If someone came up to me and I was like betting on a football game, and he's like, they're not going to rush. You're like, I should actually talk about a sport I actually know more about. If it was I barely know anything about any sports. But if he started telling me all sorts of things about a fight, listen, this guy's not going to do any leg kicks. He's not going to punch him in the face. He's not going to try and take him to the ground. He's not going to try and do this. I'd be like, how do you know all this, bro? What's going on here? Should I just bet on who you're betting on? Because I don't. How do you know all this? How did you pick all this up?
Going to be sympathy. They're going to try to humanize.
Still not cold enough.
Tyler Robinson. They're going to try to make it seem
all right, let's make some yummy dinner. I'm getting
right
drunk tonight.
That it wasn't something that was
I'm getting drunk again.
As grossly
No way.
As we
Scorpio. Will you message me on Instagram?
Over time, he was manipulated, and he was going through a hard time, and he was influenced by this Lance Triggs person. And this is not his character and who he is. Not so he can be found innocent, is so they can have sympathy so he don't get the death penalty. That's what this is about. The defense is not going to argue that it's not his guilty.
Tonight's gonna be
The prosecution is saying we have DNA evidence of his DNA on the gun, the rounds, the etching. They found evidence at his house when he lived with little Twigs.
Little Twigs. Such an Officer Tatum thing to say. Little Twigs. Doesn't even know the guy's name. For sure. Sure doesn't know his name, doesn't care. There's no care in the world about what that guy's name is. He's like Little Twigs. I don't know. Little Twinkie Twigs, whatever.
They got him admitting to it. They got him talking about doing it on Discord. They got witnesses who saw him on the roof shoot Charlie Kirk. They have surveillance video of him getting on the roof, jumping down from the roof.
Getting on the roof. See what I mean? Like, what does he have access to? Whenever he talks about the evidence, it's really weird. Because Erica looks at Candace and says, we don't have any other things other than what you've seen. But then this guy comes out and he just says a whole bunch of other stuff. Video of him getting on the roof.
They have video surveillance of him running behind a house, dumping a gun, running out to the street. They have all of that evidence. They have video of it. He was identified by his own parents. He turned himself in at the assistance of his own parents. So the defense is not arguing any of these things, y'all. The reason why they didn't want to televise is because they want him to have an opportunity for people to have sympathy on him. The defense knows if this is public,
You mother
it's going to be quite
fucker.
obvious that this kid is a nut.
He's a nut.
They want to remove the death penalty.
Sometimes you feel like a nut. Sometimes
The
you
judge said no.
all
Why
the
they
enjoy
want to
that
remove the death
nuts.
penalty?
Now,
Because they don't want him to get the death penalty when he loses this case. Okay. All right.
I'm actually glad he didn't say mountain of DNA. I'm glad he didn't say it. I gotta be honest with you. Because I would have been done. I would have been absolutely done. You know? Someone said something very, very astute. He's telling the untruth. That is what, not just Officer Tatum. I won't just put it on him. But that is a lot of what they do, the untruth. Right? Because there is somebody who's a legit investigator, the diligent denizen, right? He is a legit investigator. He did release text messages showing that they're like, no, he didn't turn himself in. No, he did. We don't believe that he did this, etc., etc. That's a real thing that exists. But you can just go forward and say, well, I don't know about that. He turned himself in. Parents turned him in. That's how it happened. But now we know there's something to the contrary of that from his own family. It's getting crazy. It's getting pretty crazy. But yeah, telling the untruth is a smart way of saying it. It's a very smart way of saying it. And I agree. I do agree with that. Yeah, I just wanted to see that really quick. Baron's like, I'm not listening to this. Baron's like, there's no way I'm listening to this. This is crazy. But yeah, Baron would get pissed off. Listening to all that, what we just listened to, I can listen to it because I'm used to, like, I listen to mainstream media all the time. Like, that was the thing that I would do actively. I would always listen to mainstream media and, like, pick apart the agendas and stuff like that. So I've gotten used to it. When you listen to an hour of Joy Reid, you can pretty much get through anything. An hour of Joy Reid and an hour of Rachel Maddow, it's like, you can watch anything after that. I've done that multiple times. It's pretty crazy. And that brought my IQ down 3 points. Would you believe it? I know. I did it for you guys.
That is one guy I cannot listen to. I absolutely cannot. You know who else can't listen to him? TPUSA. Watch this. This is from the TPUSA texting archives. We don't break these out very often. We should break these out more. This is a text conversation that we got leaked. Marina Minas, who is in front of them in the two big ones. They're talking about the positioning. Where the tent's going to be positioned, where the booth's going to be positioned at a TPUSA event. There's a TPUSA employee who says, rumble on the left side, to be determined on the right side. Usually RAV, that's Real America's Voice.
Oh, that's Aubrey. You know, that's interesting because I know a lot of people, and again, how did he get these? But I know a lot of people will question these, but Aubrey can actually corroborate this, and I wonder if she has. I wonder if she's seen them yet. Aubrey is the person who got fired for absolutely no reason. It's Aubrey, right? Yeah.
Well, now
Aubrey.
you know how
She
they got it.
fired for absolutely no reason. And Turning Point just kind of turned her away, and they also went to her house, kind of intimidated her into giving up her work laptop, which she was gonna give up anyway. And then they sent an investigator to her house to take pictures of her house and her license plate. It was pretty crazy. Anyway, let's keep going.
But can't have them there if Brandon Tatum's there. Fox or possibly Seven. I don't know why Real America's Voice can't be there if Brandon Tatum's there. I haven't had a chance to follow up on that. Would be easier if we didn't have Brandon at all. Kind of a headache. Bro, they hate you.
Yeah, seems like it.
We haven't even shown the Alex Clark ones yet. You'll love those when we get to those. Kind of a headache, this Brandon Tatum guy. Oh, we should have him being one of the major people that defends us out there in public while we're trash talking him and doo-doo talking him behind the scenes. Kind of a headache, that Brandon Tatum is. Kind of a headache. Well,
Damn.
yeah, you're right. You're right. Gosh, it's great getting inside information sometimes. I can't help it. I can't help it. We've been very disciplined about it. We could have shown a lot of these, and we have not. I don't feel like the principal. She's sitting all the way. I feel a little like the principal, though. You know, she sits on this mountain of DNA, this mountain of evidence. And she just sort of slowly under down and licks a little piece out, lets him go crazy. Like fish. You ever throw something overboard, you're out in the ocean, and you throw something overboard, and all the fish just, they go crazy. That's what the fed sloppers do every time Candace gets.
Wow, I really send it to me, Baron. If you don't want to put it out, stuff like that, anything like that, please send it over. I will showcase it. I will make sure to showcase it. Please, sir. I would love the opportunity. That is wild. So they don't like him. You know what I find interesting? Real Voice of America, I believe that's what Baron just said. Real Voice of America doesn't want to be aligned with him. Doesn't want to be on the same thing. Let me see.
But on the right side. Usually RAV, that's Real America's Voice.
Real America's Voice. So who's the host of Real America's Voice? Who is the host of Real America's Voice? I would love to know who's the host of this? It doesn't have a single host. Well, that's even worse. I wonder who was running it that day. So who have they had? They've had other notable hosts include Alex Stein, Brian Glenn, David Zier, host of Breaking Points. Brian joined as national campaign correspondent. Wayne Allen Root also hosts America Speaks. I wonder why they couldn't be on the same place as Brandon Tatum. I wonder who it is specifically that hates Brandon, that hates Officer Tatum. Our very dear Officer Tatum. I wonder who it is that hates him. Oh, I would love to know. I'd love to know. Oh, come on. It's not coming up with any one host. I've seen so many different people host it. I'm pretty sure I've seen Agent Jack host it as well. I've seen all sorts of people host this show. It's just that they all don't, but it's also at a Turning Point event, so they wouldn't have Alex Stein or anybody like that. He's too much of a wild card. They've had Bannon hosted as well. That's very interesting to me. Because yeah, that means they hate him. That means they can't have him in. Why? Why? I mean, we all know why, right?
I hear what y'all saying over there, huh? Why I ain't never been a host on this show. I see Alex Stein, all these other people, Bannon and whatnot. How come I ain't never been in no show? Hey, mama, these folk don't want to let me be the host on that show over there. And I am Real America Voice. Oh, baby, it's just, they just feel like you too dumb, baby. That's all that is. I don't even have to talk to them boys over there. They just feel like you just not smart enough, baby. Mama, I'm smart. I'm gonna be a billionaire. Oh, baby, even billionaires are dumb. And you gonna prove that one day. I believe in you. You gonna prove that. Yeah. Him and Mama. Yeah. Mama always set him straight. Anyway. Let me see what else he has to say about Officer Tatum. I found that to be the most interesting thing. When I saw that he released that, I was like, oh man. Has Officer Tatum hasn't even commented on it because I looked through his page already. I would love to hear these guys actually say something. Someone said Officer Tatum was slammed on Lionel's show. Again? Because I already played the first one. We did a whole video about it. We did a video, I think it was just me, just talking about that with Lionel. So, let me know if it happened again.
But can't have them there if Brandon Tatum's there. Fox Awesome said, I don't know why Real America's Voice can't be there if Brandon Tatum's there. And you had a chance to follow up on that. Would be easier if we didn't have Brandon at all. Kind of a headache. Bro, they We haven't even shown the Alex Clark ones yet. You'll love those when we get to them. Kind of a headache, this Brandon Tatum guy. Oh, we should have him being one of the major people that defends us out there in public. But we're trash talking and do talking behind the scenes. Kind of a headache, that Brandon Tatum is. Kind of a headache. Well, yeah, you're right. You're right. Guys, it's great getting inside information. I can't help. We've been married this week. We could show a lot of these. We're not. I don't feel like the principal. She's sitting all the way. I feel a lot like the principal, though. You know, she sits on this mountain of DNA, mountain of evidence, and she just sort of slowly, every now and then, leaks a little piece out, lets him go crazy. Like fish. You ever throw something overboard? You're out in the ocean and you throw something over?
Yeah, somebody here was like, oh, Coach said real America, not Dear America. Yeah, there's too many of those podcasts, right? There's too many. There's Dear America, Real America, This America. Like, it's just so weird in that sphere of things. And they're all ran by the same type of people and probably have connections to the same type of outfits. It's really weird. There's too many. I noticed that just the other day myself. I was like, which one is this? There's like 4 of them. And they all seem to be the exact same thing. You know, molding, shaping narrative, you know. The Graham Allen outfits, it seems like.
More, and all the fish, they go crazy. That's what the Fed sloppers do every time Kansas gets.
See, someone just said about Real America Voice, they just said it's a news outlet and they have contributors. Well, then that's even weirder. Why couldn't they have Officer Tatum around them? I just want to know who it was that was there that day then, if it's always different people. Man, I wish I could know. I wish I could know.
But that's another person that's a paid Fed slopper. Speaking of paid Fed sloppers, I'm gonna go back in time.
Speaking of paid Fed sloppers, someone, I believe, who was this that found this for me? TJ? Was it TJ? TJ found this for me. Check this out. So we had the Officer Tatum clip, right? Now we have this. This is actually the list that I was talking to you guys about. This is it. So this is the list here. Make this a little bigger for you guys. So this was a list that came out, how long ago was this? In February 25th, this list came out. So the people that it had on it, all towards this coordinated thing towards Candace. We have Cat Turd, change the name, right? This is terrible. They have Cat Turd here. Candace Owens is pure evil, and she's the demon straight from the bowels of hell. Graham Allen, demonic attack, evil. Evil has to be stopped. She's a demon. Gunther Eagleman. What a name. That is a solid name. Evil woman, pure evil, evil AF, attacking kids, not okay. That didn't happen. That just straight up didn't happen. Wells Jordan, or Jorda, Wells Jorda. This is straight up evil, pure evil, demonic, satanic level attack. They're all saying the same things, which is why I'm showing you exactly what they said. Bongino report. Oh, you demonic scum in a rant about Candace's series. I have no idea. That's the Dana girl. That's the widow. The widow. That's who this is. Clout chasing demon. She's demonic. Candace's demonic documentary. Jigsaw. Oh, of course, Jigsaw. I feel like Jigsaw would do it for free. I don't know. She's on a paid list, you know, alleged paid list. I think she would do it for free, or he, whatever you want. Candace is an evil woman. Evil is. That's funny. What a funny thing to say. Evil is Islam. Steve Dace show. Most wicked and satanic thing that has ever come from the online right. Are you sure? Are you sure? Have you ever scoured the internet before? I don't know. And then the Rubin Report show, which nobody watches. Candace Owens, cruel, cunning, and evil. And then Ben Shapiro, of course, friend of the show, simply says Candace Owens is evil. You don't get paid that much for that one, Ben. Yeah. But I feel like Ben would do it for free as well. But this is supposedly the paid list. All of this starts to make way more sense. It starts to make way more sense. Now that we know Graham Allen is legit, listen, this list, maybe they're off on this list, maybe. But we know for a fact that Graham Allen is actually a paid person. Also, text messages came out about this Gunther person. I'm sure he's already confronted it, but text messages came out about him, and he was charging for posts as well. He was charging like $300. He was like way under Dom, the creator, the breaker of narratives. Breaking! That guy, he's way under him. He was charging like $300 for a repost, things of that nature. Huge money though, crazy money. So he was seen charging that amount of money. Graham also has a deal with Rumble, which is what they were saying. Bongino actually owns a percentage of Rumble, also worked for the Bureau, right? We have this D. Lucci, or whatever, however you say her name, the widow. We have her, she works for Turning Point, which we know is already connected to Graham, which we know is already connected to the DOW. We have Jigsaw. Jigsaw already admittedly has been, I think it got taken away, that at one point she had an office or had access to the Pentagon through their media office, and she was able to be there. We already know she has connections to the administration, and otherwise, I'm sure, and probably another administration of another country, maybe, allegedly. And then we have Steve Dice. I don't even know who that is. Then we have Dave Rubin. Now, Dave Rubin is an interesting one. Now, this is pure speculation. Dave Rubin did have something go on with Tenet Media, where he apparently, now get this, Dave Rubin was being paid $400,000 a month for the content that Dave Rubin puts out. Didn't make much sense. Megyn Kelly said she warned him about it, said it didn't seem proper, and the company ended up being connected to like this Russian outfit. Like it was bad. Benny Johnson was also connected to it. But all I'm saying is, when the opportunity arises, he is willing to be paid. Now, the whole thing was that they didn't know it was connected to the Russian outfit. They just thought it was a media company. They liked what they did. They wanted to pay it. Okay, cool. $400,000 a month. Not many people saying no to that anyway, so I get it. But in my mind, it does say that if there is an opportunity for him to be paid aside from AdSense and ad reads and things of that nature, he's probably going to step into it because why not? It's good for business. That's what it seems like to me. So to have him on this list, it's not that much of a stretch, right? Again, this list just came out. I can't say that it's been vetted and this and that. Milo said a list was going to come out. All these people were doing this coordinated thing on Candace. We're starting to know that one of these people is in charge of rapid response to people who are putting things out that go against the DOW and Turning Point. It's literally his job. He worked for the Pentagon. We know that this is his job. Could he be one of the people that knows about these bounties that go out? I don't know if you remember Jimmy Dore was talking about bounties, and apparently it's like there's a bounty on Candace, and it's like there's $250,000 in this bounty. Whoever talks about her the most, in the most, terrible way, and gets the most views, ends up pulling the most money out of the bounty. Posts multiple, reposts, goes after her. They have a set list of things that they want you to call her and talk about, and they just kind of go at it. That's what Jimmy Dore thought this was. He was looking at this whole thing and being like, this is like a bounty. So, just wanted to put that out there. We are talking about Fed sloppers. I think there is something to that. What is this? This is from Autonomy of Manipulation from Cody. Now, Cody, you're sending me a file. Okay? I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not going to click it. I don't click things like that. I just don't click it. My suggestion to you is to put this out on, yes. Whoa. Is this a bigger list? No way, this is a bigger list. Oh, wow. No, this is not what I was looking for. Rosie, if you're out there watching, this is not what I was looking for, but it does correlate.
Thank you so
with
much,
what we're
Steph.
looking into right now. So
I
no
love
problem
Coach. I think he's funny.
pulling that up as well. Found
That
this very
being
interesting
said,
from Milo.
I'm not a
Let's
stan.
check this out.
I wouldn't just believe anything he said outright.
That is
As long
the
as he
list.
keeps
If you haven't seen it,
telling the truth,
if you haven't seen it,
I'll keep listening.
I should share that.
The minute
Let me go back
I get
and
lied to,
retweet this. Just because
Done.
you haven't seen it in a while. It's retweeted. If you follow me on X, you can go and see it there. If you want to get a closer view. Let me see this. So you're showing me this. Anyway, let's see this. Is this actual? So this is Milo talking about top paid for pricks, fakes, frauds, uglies, the unhinged bores, mediocrity, astroturfed and abhorrent, the corrupt, and yesterday's news.
be
Bottle,
afraid, be very
the
afraid,
messy
Hollywood.
misfits, some misguided, well-meaning, etc., etc. Okay, so this is just like a larger list of people. It's just going by face, pretty much. So we can't zoom in on all these faces, but Officer Tatum is there. That's our boy, of course. Vance is there. Ted Cruz is there. You know.
Right, I'm
Right,
always
we have
working,
Jordan Peterson,
Shauna.
and we have Chank.
I can't
Okay.
sit still.
This
I
is
don't know
not what I'm
how.
looking for, but
I
it's
don't know
just
how to
very-
sit still.
Someone said
I don't know,
Milo
just a bunch of
needs
vegetables.
P word. I think he does. Most people do, you know. Most people do. It would help out most people. I'm just saying. Anyway, to get back into Officer Tatum a little bit here, we also had this person. I guess Officer
Probably
Tatum,
not,
when did this
actually,
happen?
Connor.
This is just June 30th. So I guess Officer Tatum just posted this June 30th. Check this out. So basically saying, for the record, Charlie supported President Trump's decision on Iran. He said Trump exhausted every diplomatic option before authorizing strikes and had been clear for years that Iran could never have a nuclear weapon. Now we go here, right? We go here, and this person is saying, you are a POS and you keep lying. And then they show all of this. Okay, and then let's just show Charlie talking about this. Just another person calling out Officer Tatum. And again, Officer Tatum, just what I read to you right now.
Mama!
Now it's June 30th, and out of nowhere he's commenting that. And then he's also making sure to go on that rant about Erica. I mean, again, can't connect him in any way, even in that list of paid people. He wasn't even on that list. But there's definitely some kind of coordinated thing. And to act like he's not connected to Graham Allen, they're both connected to Turning Point. And I would be shocked if Officer Tatum wasn't connected to something else, or at least to the administration in some way. I don't know, that's just me. Unless he's really just trying to give his audience what they call red meats, which is basically just giving them what they want.
Okay, what did I forget?
Unless that's actually happening. I mean, I don't know. Let's keep going here.
It's real pushing for Iran. Is that America's problem? That's it. I mean, maybe the answer
I got
is
everything on the list.
You know what? They were wrong about Iraq. They were wrong about
That's a
Syria.
first.
They were wrong about Afghanistan. They were wrong about the Taliban. They were wrong about Libya. They were wrong about the Arab Spring. They were wrong about Yemen. They were
Hello
wrong
in
about the Arabian
England.
Peninsula. They were wrong
It's
about
not non-stick, Connor.
Just to be very honest,
Cast
it's something
iron.
I'm against. I don't think we should bomb Iranian nuclear facilities. I just don't. I think it would be a huge mistake. It's an act of war against a major country. You go to
Thank
war
you,
with
but I have a
country
bachelor's
down.
in
You know,
culinary arts.
not
I
West,
know
major
what I'm
countries
doing.
just want war with Iran. That was never part of the deal. Okay? It was never like, hey, America first, we're going to go through a bunch of targeted strikes on the inland of Iran. So that's just
Well, how about that?
where I would say that would be a catastrophic mistake. Well,
There you go.
make sure we don't go to war against Iran, which would be a profound mistake for our country.
Mm.
So that's really, really important. Drilling domestically. peace
Pan weighs
peace
like
with Russia,
27
Ukraine,
pounds.
We see gas prices go down to $30 a barrel.
Totally cast
Truly,
iron.
what does that mean? $1.75.
That's my favorite pan.
Make sure we
That'd be crazy. $1.75? That'd be insane. Wow. I mean, for anybody, what? I guess in the UK or Canada, you don't know what that means. That would be like
Damn, I don't have any nutritional
That would be like
yeast.
40 cents a liter. That'd be like 45 cents a liter. That would be crazy. That'd be insane. Oh,
It's about Israel and Iran and potentially the United States. It's about Israel and Iran and potentially the United States. On one side is the Lindsey Graham, John Bolton types, where they are actively calling for regime change. Here is Lindsey Graham, and this is just lunacy. This kind of analysis is not helpful. This kind of approach, this kind of argument, it has nothing to do with nuclear weapons at this point. This is now that we want to go all in and take out the regime. It's time for us to close the chapter on the Iranian Ayatollah and his henchmen and start a new chapter in the Middle East. That sounds good, doesn't it? But what have we learned when it comes to wars, and especially wars in the Middle East? What you draw up on a whiteboard rarely happens. What you think theoretically is going to occur, there might be unintended and unforeseen consequences, especially when you're talking about a country 2.5 times the size of Texas. It has 90 million people and was an ancient and great power with well over a dozen ethnic groups. You have
I mean, you know, just to show somebody easily calling out Officer Tatum, it just goes on and on. But I showed it just to show someone calling out Officer Tatum just for fun, but also it really does speak to the fact that when you are, I'm not saying he is, but when you are one of these paid people, you have to say these things that don't really make much sense and are easily proven wrong. And you just have to keep on doing it. And there's nothing that can stop you from doing it. You would think if you were a regular voice, regularly just making money from AdSense and just the things that you gotta gather together as a creator, you'd think you'd be like, I don't want to say things that
I'm really doing a
easily
great
debunk
job keeping everything in the...
over and over again, because then my audience will love me. But if there's another layer that's really supporting you and holding you up, you'd be like, well, I don't care. This is what they told me to do. I'm gonna go and do it. And it just seems like that from a lot of these guys, you know? Anyway, Officer Tatum, friend of the show. Now people are questioning when Officer Tatum was actually selling shirts and whatnot. He kept saying net profit and then changed over to something else. People are thinking that he was skimming off the top of Turning Point proceeds. But we'll get into that another time. I wanted to talk about this guy really quick. This guy reactivated. Oh, I completely forgot about this. And I was saying this in regards to Officer Tatum. I didn't tell anybody to go and find my episode. I didn't tell anybody to find my episode. I'll explain it anyway, because what am I going to do? I'm going to play a clip of me when I'm right here. So that doesn't make any sense. But what I was saying when I made my Officer Tatum video yesterday, go and check it out if you haven't. It's there. It's a pre-recorded video. We're having fun with Officer. We're having a great time, Officer Tatum and I, in that video. But he goes and someone sends a super chat, they say, Tucker and Candace, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I already showed it, period. Thank you so much. The thing that you showed was great as well, period. But what happened was, someone sent a super chat, they said, Candace and Tucker, they have to be stopped. The narratives that they're
Damn, I forgot not to put salt. Shit.
So he decides, I have to start talking about Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens. So he goes on this long rant and he's yelling about Erica. A lot of you tagged me in it. He's yelling about Erica, and Erica never did anything wrong. And I'm completely baffled by what these people say about Erica. And he's clearly talking about Candace and Tucker. He's clearly talking about it because the super chat was like, tell us how we stop Candace and Tucker from saying these things. That's what the person was asking. So he goes on this long-winded rant and Mama, and oh, these people, and this is so stupid. And let me tell you something else. And I think Tucker prolapsed. And I don't know, I got a mountain of DNA, and I eat it up with a spoon every single day. And Mama, you got to bring me some chitlins so I can mix it up with this DNA so I can eat that, Mama. And I'm gonna get all sorts of stuff. I'm paraphrasing. But, I'm paraphrasing. said something along those lines, you know. But he keeps on going, and I said near the end of the rant, I was like, "What's going to happen to Officer Tatum is that it's not going to be good enough that he
I
goes
do
on
read
these
the
rants,
comments.
and they're going to start to look at him the same way they've done to AOC.
But I don't
about the
know
Middle
if
East,
you noticed,
the
but
same
like
way they've done to a certain mayor in California.
I'm doing something. So like I can't just go like this and see the comments the whole time because I'm doing stuff. But I will get back to them eventually. If I don't see your comment, it's
Very
because
supportive of what's
God didn't want me to
happening.
notice it
The
at that
lids
moment.
flying everywhere. He's very supportive of that. Now they're shouting him down. This always happens. It even started to happen with Candace, where they were like, "Hey, are you going to talk about Erica? Are you going to talk about Erica?" And she's like, "I feel like I don't have to."
Fucking hate
Candace
it.
wasn't bullied into it. They tried to do it with Charlie. Hey, what are you going to say something about Candace? They tried to do it to Michael Knowles.
I'm already half
Ben
drunk.
Shapiro himself tried to do it to Michael
I
Knowles.
can feel it. I'm very
Said,
tipsy.
"Hey, say her name." Michael Knowles said, "No, this is not dance monkey dance stuff, little guy. I'm not doing that." Paraphrasing. He said something wrong.
Well, no. Actually, for me, my life personally, what I notice is what God wants me to be aware of. Like, if I'm walking down the sidewalk and I happen to notice some trash on the floor, like some litter, that litter becomes my responsibility because I've now noticed it. When you notice something, it becomes your job to do something about it if you are in a position to do something about it. And that's just the way it is. If I see your comments, it's because I was supposed to see your comment and either process the comment and have thoughts about it, or process it and reply to you. But if I don't notice something, it's because I wasn't meant to notice it. Bye. It's not an airport. No, this is not live, Sandra. You're trying to help someone by asking about my hair? Okay. I'm getting drunk tonight. It's happening. That has got me almost drunk. By the time I finish that second one, I'm gonna be drunk. I haven't had alcohol in a really long time. Well, that's not true. I had alcohol a month ago. The day I moved in, I had 2 ciders. But I haven't drank like I haven't drank on my own in a long time. Haven't felt like it. Dude, things are so fucking good. Today I'm miserable, but it's physiological. I started my period yesterday. Today is the day 1, the day you start your period. Usually it's either first thing in the morning, in the middle of the day, or late at night. I started my period in the middle of the day. And so it didn't really onset for probably 12 to 16 hours. So yesterday, I was kind of miserable. Ugh, I got my period. But today is the first day of my period, which means it's going to be the heaviest flow, the onset of the chemicals, the hormones coursing through my veins. It's affecting my brain. It's affecting my, just everything. I don't feel good. And so, because I'm on my period and I don't feel good, I am having my version of a glass of wine. Oh! I think I put too much of the golden beet. This butter is already going soft. Apples are better than grapes. I'm not a fan of wine. It's already warm. Set a timer for 10 minutes from now.
10 minutes. Counting down.
I got a feeling.
Happily soft We're going to start to look at them.
Do you think if I went to
You're gonna start to
McDonald's?
say,
Wait,
hey,
they don't have the ice. They don't have the ice I like at McDonald's. Where do they have the ice that I like? Is it Carl's Jr.? Where can I get the Pebble Ice from Sonic? Is there a Sonic anywhere near my house? Sonic Cottage Grove. Cottage Grove, Oregon. Damn it! There's one in Springfield. If you do not want to drive, you can get Sonic delivered to your door. Hold on. Damn it! Dude, I might get Sonic. I might have Sonic deliver me some ice. Probably not though, because it'd be like $25 just to have some ice delivered, and you got me fucked. I wish Nikki was here. They have the best ice. No, they have that fucking, the Pebble Ice. And that's what I want. I want the Pebble Ice. I want to buy ice and put it in my freezer. And then whenever I want something cold, I could just put ice in it. I haven't had ice in my own home. I think I had ice in my RV. 7 years. It's been 7 years since I had ice. Okay. I don't see anything that is talking about hair. So, other than Circle K has Pebble Ice. Really? That was my favorite part about going to Sonic, is getting the ice cubes. Well, Sonic has the best burgers. Of all the fast food joints, I think Sonic has the best tasting burgers. Checkers has the best tasting French fries and the best milkshakes. Because Checkers has banana milkshakes. And actually, I haven't been to a Checkers in probably 20 years, so I don't know. Checkers does have the best French fries, though. Well, so if you're trying to help someone who has been bedridden for a number of years, probably their hair is matted in a single mat, and honestly, the solution would be going to a salon or having a hairstylist come to you and spend 12 to 20 hours slowly detangling all of that. So I don't care if it's unhealthy or not, it's delicious. You dip your French fries in it. What kind of crafting could I do while drinking? That would be fun. Stir fry. Just a stir fry. What? What? What do you want? What do you want? What? You said you're fat boy. You said good boy. You want cheese? Is that what you want? Some cheese? I'm bleeding. I forgot. Alcohol makes your fucking blood. Forgot alcohol makes your blood like less clotty or whatever. Thins the blood. Bowl. Orly's bowl. Money, do you want some cheese? I want to make my own cheese. Okay, that smells really good. Now that the Teriyaki. So quiet. See you later, Alpha Squirrel. Onions, peppers, carrots, garlic, also golden beets. Golden beets and other items. What kind of hobbies can we do while drinking? Whoa. What hobbies can we do while drinking that are fun and don't require me to rearrange my furniture? Maybe I could do some painting or something. I wonder where my pastels went. Mary Lou bought me pastels last year. 2 years ago, she bought me pastels. And I just found my canvases. I don't like warm alcohol at all.
You need to say her name. You need to denounce her. That's what's going to start happening. And lo and behold, 24 hours later after
I'm gonna
I say
sleep
that,
so hard tonight.
this guy pops up out of nowhere and he says, say her name. He's taking the rant that Officer Tatum was on.
Does something that is awkward or something. It's fine. Ain't got nothing to do with me. That's my brother's wife. I consider Troy like a brother to me. That's my brother's wife. Hey, she off limits, bro. You can't talk about her.
Can't talk about her. So now this guy's saying, say her name. Officer Brandon Tatum. None of this matters unless you say her name. You are not a true friend to Charlie Kirk if you refuse to say her name. All of this chaos, division, destruction of his legacy started with one person, Candace Amber. This guy's using full names. Candace Amber Owens, sorry. Pretending it's some
Her middle name is Amber.
Disingenuous, and not how a real friend honors Charlie. Say her name. That's gonna happen more and more to him. It's gonna happen more and more and more and more. Absolutely. Yeah, and that's how he's gonna look. He's gonna be looking at like, Mama, they telling me to say Candace's name, but Candace like a sister to me, and I'm just trying to make money over here, Mama. I ain't trying to say nothing bad about Candace. Oh, baby, you already burned every bridge in your life. You might well go ahead and say her name, baby. You know you're gonna do it for the money, baby. But aside from that, this guy reactivated. This guy came about, I don't know if you guys remember this, probably like 50 streams ago. I was talking about this guy. Because this guy was saying he had a conversation with Candace and he was getting her on the phone and he was saying, if you're a real Christian, please, you gotta stop doing this and blah, 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 all this different stuff. And then he just disappeared. He looks exactly like Graham Allen, like exactly the same as Graham Allen. He's friends with Graham Allen. Now, what we know about Graham Allen, I think he is aligned with Graham Allen and everything we know Graham Allen is now associated with, based on his own telling us that he is.
Let me turn my stove off.
So here, out of nowhere,
Oh, I
so
already
March
did.
2nd, he had this whole thing about Candace. Look at him. He is Graham Allen. That's what he is. Look at him.
Do you really know who she is? Do you truly know who Candace Amber Owens?
And I'm telling you guys, if you watch this video, it seems like it's made by the same people that run Mortal Kombat Ultra. It has all these weird graphics. I don't even watch it fully because I'm so paranoid about things. I'm like, it's trying to do something to my mind when I listen to this video. It's the weirdest thing. Weirdest thing ever. But just to say, he made a post 3 hours ago. Then he had a repost that he did recently from something from June 30th, 8 hours ago. Everything is about Candace Owens. Everything. Everything. There's nothing that's not about Candace. There's nothing. Look, Graham Allen, there's nothing that's not about Candace and this case. Again, Candace, her husband. Candace, again. There's nothing that is not about Candace. She's reposting Lisa Knows, or Lisa Knows Nothing, as Darren fondly calls her. Candace, again. Candace, again. Candace, again. But just know, he just disappeared for the longest time. And all of a sudden, Graham Allen comes out working for Turning Point and working for the DOW. And now all of a sudden he's back. Like activated out of nowhere. Now it's all of a sudden, and it just happened like 3 days ago. I watched this stuff closely. Everything's about Candace. Every single thing. It's the weirdest thing to watch. And even to the point where he was getting her on the phone and kind of not really threatening her, but I'll say like a soft threaten, right? Like a soft type of threatening. He's a weird dude. Really, really weird dude. Just activated, just in June, he reactivated out of nowhere. Disappeared for the longest time, And now we're at a point where with him, where it's the same as Graham Allen, where I'm supposed to say, well, I don't know if he's a Fed. It's like, the coordinated things are just so apparent now. And the fact that we can't just comment on them is crazy. So yeah, I just wanted to bring that up really, really quick. Really, really quick. So Officer Tatum now has to say someone's name or he is a part of the problem. And we'll see what he does. We'll see what he does. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if he's going to say Candace's name outright. I don't know if he's going to denounce Candace. But it would really suck because Candace really, really talks highly about him. She talks about him like she's a little brother.
No, she doesn't.
Brother, and she loves him.
She says, I don't want to say anything about him because we're family. But I will. She dared him. Is it? You just end your video like that? Okay. I don't want to do anything. I just want to sit down. Wow, that's the alcohol talking right there. This is why alcohol is bad. Because alcohol makes you a lazy piece of shit. Who doesn't want to do anything other than play video games. I suddenly have the urge to play Mario Kart. That's the alcohol talking. toenail with everything first. Ow! Time to cut my toenails. Should I have toenail clippers? Clean underwear. Oh my god. God, so many clean underwears. Socks. I'm gonna mute you. Tonight. Mazel tov. It's pretty interesting how they say mazel tov. I got the hiccups. Some bullshit, I tell you right there. I don't want to do anything that I need to do. It's crazy how I can perceive the change in my persona as I drink alcohol. I can feel the change. I don't like the taste of that at all.
It's going to be a tough one to go through the comments of, I'm sure. I support Flock in this instance. This is one of the most difficult videos I'm ever going to make. But I have a set of principles, and I've applied it in this channel consistently. I've even applied it to Apple. I I have defended Apple on this channel, and I have thrown journalists under the bus that were friends to my cause, friends to Right to Repair. Some of the best reporters on 404 Media, I have thrown under the bus if I felt that the company that I despised more than anything else had a point, and it wasn't being described properly. Flock Group Inc., Legal Affairs Division, via certified mail, The Saturday Salon. Cease and desist. Discussions and publications regarding non-governmental surveillance assets. To whom it may concern, it has come to the attention of Flock Group that during your recent and upcoming events, the Saturday Salon has been hosting lectures, panels, and discussions that disclose, describe, or otherwise facilitate the understanding of technical specifications, deployment strategies, capabilities, or operational use of non-governmental surveillance assets. These discussions include, but are not limited to, license plate recognition systems, fixed and mobile camera networks, AI-driven analytic tools, and associated data infrastructure. Those discussions, by their nature, present a material risk of aiding those who seek to circumvent, disable, spoof, or otherwise exploit such systems for unlawful and malicious purposes. Public dissemination of this information, no matter how academic, theoretical, or conversational, creates an unacceptable vulnerability.
I can't do this every night, that's for sure.
The integrity of law-abiding use. You are hereby instructed to immediately
force myself to drink alcohol.
Or hosting any events, lectures, or conversations that reveal, analyze, or speculate about the technical capabilities, strengths, weaknesses, or vulnerabilities of non-governmental surveillance assets and related technologies. Any further violations will result in legal action without further notice. Failure to comply with this demand may result in Flock Group Inc. pursuing all legal remedies to the full extent of the law. Sincerely, Dan Haley, Head of Legal Affairs Division, Flock Group Inc. D. Haley at flockgroup.com. I support Flock. Why? Because this is not real. The Saturday Salon made it up. This is promotional stuff for them. They posted this to Instagram with the title, "We will not be silenced," in all caps. Someone from the group said that the Saturday Salon would, quote, love to have somebody from Flock come in and tell their views and give a lecture. We are politically neutral and out of business. You are not politically neutral, you fucking piece of human garbage. You forged your signature on what somebody else wrote. That is actually the worst form of political there is. It is assigning a position to your opposition that is not true. This is not about Democrat or Republican. It is not about pro or anti-surveillance. You are doing the worst thing that there is humanly ever imagined. You're saying that somebody said something that isn't true. If you take a look at this letter, flockgroup.com is not a real website. None of this is real. Flockgroup.com doesn't load. It's not a real website. This wasn't a real letter. They made it up. It's a hoax. They wrote a letter. They signed the name of another company to it in the hopes that you would get mad at that other company for something that they never said. I hate Flock with passion. I hate how they do business. Flock will hire people right off of the city council and then figure out, using that insider knowledge, exactly the right way to shove their products through an emergency ordinance so they can get around having to have city council vote on it. Flock has hired the mayor of a city to try to figure out how to get Flock cameras put into the city. They sent a cease and desist notice to dflock.me, which is a map project that just shows you where these cameras are put up. I hate Flock with a passion. I hate the company. I hate the concept. But that doesn't mean that I want a different standard applied to them than I would want applied to myself. There is enough this company has done that is bad that you do not have to lie about. And this is a really weird video to do because I just got finished recording and uploading a video on somebody that wanted to sue me for exercising my rights of free speech. But I hope that you get sued. I hope you get all the attention you're looking for. I hope Flock shows up not to have a discussion, but to sue you for the false statements that you attribute. This is not free speech, in my opinion. Free speech is when we have an argument, we have a disagreement on the facts, we have a disagreement on how we see something, and I'm allowed to say things even if they're bombastic. That's different from, I am going to sign your name to a letter. I'm going to pretend that this is you. I'm going to forge your signature and your identity to what I'm writing and tell everybody that I know that you're the one that wrote this. That's treachery. He did it for attention. I forget the name of the person. It's on the tip of my tongue, and I'm sure I'm going to figure it out as soon as I'm done with the video. But I remember there was this one guy that did this thing in Illinois. It was this one hoax where he said that there were these people that came up to him and like put a rope around his neck and said, "This is MAGA country here." And in reality, it never happened. He just beat himself up to make it look like there was a hate crime that didn't exist. And I remember going to the gym that morning.
There's like 2 frames per second.
I really can't fucking stand that guy. I'm like, why? He's because this whole shit's fake and you're going to see it. And then a day or two later, it came out that it's fake, and he's like, I fucking knew it. Because him and his friends all thought this was complete bullshit. Because he said,
God, I hate the taste of alcohol.
Any sort of racially charged incidents whatsoever, they're always going to say, what about that hoax that happened? And the point that I'm trying to make here is that There are so many things to say about Flock, where again, they have sent out cease and desist to people that just have a map of where these spy cameras are. They have hired members of the city council and the mayor to try to get their shit pushed through the city. This is the most corrupt shit that I've ever seen in my life. And when people come up with this, they're gonna say, what about that one social club that forged a letter?
Let's go do this in my garage.
I've spent my last year at this point, almost a year. I think I started talking about Flock in August of last year, trying to get more people to wake up to the idea that mass surveillance is a real thing in America, and that if they don't do something about it, they are going to be completely fucked in the future. Once you install this infrastructure, it's really easy to install, really hard to remove. This is the single biggest step back that I've ever seen. Words can't begin to express what a fucking piece of shit I think the people that are behind this are. I hope you get all the attention that's coming. Not the attention that you originally wanted. Yeah, come to my club and debate this. Fuck you, asshole. I'll have a discussion with somebody that disagrees with me. I'll have a conversation with somebody that's insulted me numerous times before, and I do it every day. I'm not gonna have a conversation with some fucking snivelly weasel that writes letters and signs my name to shit that I never said, and tries to pass it off as if that was me. Fuck you. I hope you all get exactly what you fucking pieces of shit. Fuck you for coming out here and getting me to defend Flock safety. When I was talking about that Apple case in the beginning of the video, there was this one case where there was a gentleman named Henry Cousby. He got in trouble with Apple for supposedly refurbishing iPhone screens. So a lot of people, what they'll do is they'll collect back the old screens from their customer when they do iPhone screen replacements. And because it's not economically viable to do the glass-only screen repairs in America, they'll send them off to China. Somebody in China will take those screens, they'll take off the old glass, they'll put on a new glass, and then they'll send it back to you for a fee. And most news outlets were reporting that that's what happened and that Apple was suing them. This is absolutely insane. It's crazy because if I have a Ford and I replace the tires that go to your tires, you can't say that you're going to sue me because now it's not a Ford anymore and I'm misrepresenting it to customers. That's crazy. And the problem is that when the court documents came out, that's not exactly what happened at all. What happened is he sent iPhone screens that were broken to this company in China for credit, and then he purchased iPhone screens from them, and this shitty company in China was putting fake Apple logos on the ribbon cables to make it look like they were Apple parts when they were not. I don't think Henry Cousby is at fault for this because he wasn't the one who asked for that. He never asked the company to put the logo. It's the piece of shit in China that did that. And Apple went after Henry Cousby instead of going after the company in China because they know they can't go after the company in China. They'd rather go after the person that they actually have the ability to. I hate to say it, but in this case, Apple had a small bit of a point. I wouldn't want people putting my logo on their parts or their repairs when it's not being done by me. That's impersonation. That sucks. Apple actually had a reason to be mad. So I brought this up with the paper that I have been going back and forth with and the journalists that have been talking about it. And in spite of the fact that this is, and for the most of this other reporting, a great dude, nice person, great to talk to, really cares about all the issues I care about, I still tossed him under a bus. Because after waiting 1 or 2 months, he never updated his piece to point out that Apple actually had a point. I defended Apple. I did 3 to 4 videos going to bat for Apple. Because this is a very basic principle. Every standard that I apply to others is eventually going to be applied to me. These standards must apply to everybody, not just people that I like. It's going to be a tough one to go through the comments of it, I'm sure. I support Flock in this instance. This is one of the most difficult videos I'm ever going to make. But I have a set of principles, and I've applied it in this channel consistently. I've even applied it to Apple. I have defended Apple on this channel, and I have thrown journalists under the bus that were friends to my cause, friends to Right to Repair. Some of the best reporters on 404 Media, I have thrown under the bus. If I felt that the company that I despise more than anything else had a point, and it wasn't being described properly. Flock Group Inc., Legal Affairs Division, via certified mail.
Cheers.
Cease and desist. Discussions of public meetings regarding
It's fuck periods.
Assets. Who may concern? It has come to the attention of Flock Group that during your recent and upcoming events, the Saturday Salon has been hosting lectures, panels, and discussions that disclose, describe, or otherwise facilitate the understanding of technical specifications, deployment strategies, capabilities, and operational use of non-governmental surveillance assets. These discussions include, but are not limited to, license plate recognition systems, fixed and mobile camera networks, AI-driven analytic tools, and associated data infrastructure. Those discussions, by their nature, present a material risk of aiding those who seek to circumvent, disable, spoof, or otherwise exploit such systems for unlawful and malicious purposes. Not correct? Public dissemination of this information, no matter how academic, theoretical, or conversational, creates an unacceptable vulnerability in public safety infrastructure and undermines the integrity of the law-abiding use. You are hereby instructed to immediately cease and desist from organizing, promoting, or hosting any events, lectures, or conversations that reveal, analyze, or speculate about the technical capabilities, strengths, weaknesses, or vulnerabilities of non-governmental surveillance assets and related technologies. Any further violations will result in legal action without further notice. Failure to comply with this demand may result in Flock Group Inc. pursuing all legal remedies to the fullest extent of the law. Sincerely, Dan Haley, Head of Legal Affairs Division, Flock Group Inc. dhaley@flockgroup.com. I support Flock. Why? Because this is not real. The Saturday Salon made it up. This is a promotional stunt for them. They posted this to Instagram with the title, "We will not be silenced," in all caps. Someone from the group said that the Saturday Salon would, and I quote, "love to have somebody from Flock come in and tell their views and give a lecture. We are politically neutral and not a business." You are not politically neutral, you fucking piece of human garbage. You forged your signature on what somebody else wrote. That is actually the worst form of political there is. It is assigning a position to your opposition that is not true. This is not about Democrat or Republican. It is not about pro or anti-surveillance. You are doing the worst thing that there is humanly ever imaginable. You're saying that somebody said something that isn't true. If you take a look at this letter, flockgroup.com is not a real website. None of this is real. Flockgroup.com doesn't load. It's not a real website. This wasn't a real letter. They made it up. It's a hoax. They wrote a letter. They signed the name of another company to it in the hopes that you would get mad at that other company for something that they never said. I hate Flock with passion. I hate how they do business. Flock will hire people right off of the city council and then figure out, using that insider knowledge, exactly the right way to shove their products through an emergency ordinance so they can get around having to have city council vote on it. Flock has hired the mayor of his city to try to figure out how to get Flock cameras put into the city. They sent a cease and desist notice to dflock.me, which is a map project that just shows you where these cameras are put up. I hate Flock with a passion. I hate the company. I hate the concept. But that doesn't mean that I want a different standard applied to them than I would want applied to myself. There is enough this company has done that is bad that you do not have to lie about them. And this is a really weird video to do because I just got finished recording and uploading a video on somebody that wanted to sue me for exercising my rights of free speech. But I hope that you get sued. I hope you get all the attention you're looking for. I hope Flock shows up not to have a discussion, but to sue you for the false statements that you attribute. This is not free speech, in my opinion. Free speech is when we have an argument, we have a disagreement on the facts, we have a disagreement on how we see something, and I'm allowed to say things even if they're bombastic. That's different from, I am going to sign your name to a letter. I'm going to pretend that this is you. I'm going to forge your signature and your identity to what I'm writing and tell everybody that I know that you're the one that wrote this. That's treacherous. And you did it for attention. I forget the name of the person. It's on the tip of my tongue, and I'm sure I'm going to figure it out as soon as I'm done with the video. But I remember there was this one guy that did this thing in Illinois. It was this one hoax where he said that there were these people that came up to him and like put a rope around his neck and said, "This is MAGA country here." And in reality, it never happened. He just beat himself up to make it look like there was a hate crime that didn't exist. And I remember going to the gym that morning. My personal trainer's black, and he tells me, "I really can't fucking stand that guy." And I'm like, "Why?" And he's, "Because this whole shit's fake and you're gonna see it." And then a day or two later, it came out that it's fake, and he's like, "I fucking knew it." Because him and his friends all thought this was complete bullshit. Because he said, anytime somebody brings up any sort of racially charged incident whatsoever, they're always going to say, "What about that hoax that happened?" And the point that I'm trying to make here is that there are so many things to say about Flock, where again, they have sent out cease and desist to people that just have a map of where these spy cameras are. They have hired members of the city council and the mayor to try to get their shit pushed into the city. This is the most corrupt shit that I've ever seen in my life. And when people come up with this, they're gonna say, "What about that one social club that forged a letter?" I spent my last year at this point, almost a year, I think I started talking about Flock in August of last year, trying to get more people to wake up to the idea that mass surveillance is a real thing in America, and that if they don't do something about it, they are going to be completely fucked in the future. That once you install this infrastructure, it's really easy to install, it's really hard to remove. This is the single biggest step back that I've ever seen. Words can't begin to express what a fucking piece of shit I think the people that are behind this are. I hope you get all the attention that's coming to you. Not the attention that you originally wanted. Yeah, come to my club and debate this. Fuck you, asshole. I'll have a discussion with somebody that disagrees with me. I'll have a conversation with somebody that's insulted me numerous times before, and I do it every day. I'm not gonna have a conversation with some fucking snivelly weasel that writes letters and signs my name to shit that I never said, and tries to pass it off as if that was me. Fuck you. I hope you all get exactly what's coming to you. You fucking pieces of shit. Fuck you for coming out here and getting me to defend flock safety. But I was talking about that Apple case in the beginning of the video. There was this one case where there was a gentleman named Henry Cousby. He got in trouble with Apple for supposedly refurbishing iPhone screens. So a lot of people, what they'll do is collect back the old
is
screens
this
from
playing
the customer when
twice?
they do iPhone screen replacements. And because it's not economically viable to do the glass-only screen repairs in America, they'll send them off to China. Somebody in China will take those screens, they'll take off the old glass, they'll put on a new glass, and
So
then
we're watching a video for twice? That's interesting. Cool story, bruh.
Look at all the sixes. We could all smell it. Witness statement, Adam Brimwell.
Hi, baby.
He says,
Hi, me.
And I am going to be flying for a couple minutes with no life vest.
What? No!
With goggles on so I can dive underwater a bit, just go a couple feet underwater and then pop back up because I can swim now. And just in case if I... Now? Yeah, and... He hasn't been able to do it, so... Yeah, it's 4 years. Just in case I am, like I can't swim really well, I'll take a deep breath in, then I'll float on my back, and then I'll be like, Dad, can you please come grab me here? You'll become buoyant like a big... Dad will grab my hand and pull me back towards the ladder so I can climb up.
Okay.
Just in case I fall through.
So you got a plan.
We were at a pool yesterday, and there was a lazy river, and I just floated on my back the whole time down the lazy river.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Indoor digging deep for it had like a slide. It's kind of like a splash or whatever.
Yeah.
No wave pool, but it had a lazy river though.
That's cute.
Yeah, and I'm gonna do that tomorrow.
Okay. I guess that's alright.
Take some pictures. I'll probably call for out there because I'm not gonna spend a lot of time in the water. I'll be on the boat most of the time, so.
You say that until you actually go out and do it.
Yeah, I don't like sitting in the water a lot of the time. I get bit by fish a lot. They freaking bite my toes and stuff. I don't like it. I don't like floating in the water. Everybody else floats around in the water like on little saddles and stuff. You know what I'm talking about, like a saddle?
Yeah, I do know, but I don't like to do it either.
A lot of people will sit on those and float around. Like Dad and Beth will be doing that, and I've done it. But yeah, the fish freaking bite the shit out of my toes. I don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
Just in some emergency, my dad will pass me the pool levels, a couple pool levels, so I can be far enough away. I can do the elephant water. Jump into the water, Papa Jerry's gonna be right there with a full noodle ready to hand you when you come around water. You can grab immediately, like before.
I've just got your water kefir bottled up. I just put it in the bottles. Yeah, it's in the refrigerator. It's in the refrigerator. It's homemade soda, baby. I made a bunch of homemade soda for you and Daddy. I love you too, baby. I terribly miss you, and I can't wait for you to come home. Sounds like a deal to me. Yeah, so he'll go to sleep. Bye, baby. I love you so much. Peace and triple. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Me. Okay, thank you. Bye. What the fuck?
As I am an employee of BAM Franchising Inc. And given my position in the company, I have intimate knowledge of the harassment situation that has unfolded over the last 18 months regarding our franchise's Salem, Oregon location. Now, it's interesting he says our franchise Salem, Oregon location. Why is it interesting that he says that? Because when, at this exact same interaction, when Ben and Sheldon went over there to the office to talk about the Salem, Oregon location, what were they told? Do you remember what they were told? This isn't the place to handle that. You need to find, they're all independently owned and operated. They all have their own owners, and you need to go deal with them. You need to go deal with them because it ain't here. It ain't us. That's totally separate from us. That's an independent owner. Go talk to them.
I have no idea. You have to take it up with them. It's your thing with them. That doesn't involve us. As a separate business entity, you gotta take it up with them. You gotta resolve it with them. Okay, well, thanks so much, guys. Yeah, very good. It's good. Thank you.
It's interesting because in Adam Brimhall's statement, he kind of characterizes it like he owns the fucking place. I mean, our franchise's Salem, Oregon location. It's just a small thing, but I noticed these things. I'm kind of like the Princess and the Pea. Remember that story, The Princess and the Pea, where she can't like lay on even like 1,000 mattresses because she still feels that pee? That's me with words. I just can't get past it. They're characterizing our franchise, ours, it's our little location, but when Ben came there to talk to y'all about it, it wasn't yours. It was somebody else's. You couldn't answer a damn question, Adam, or whoever it was over there, Gerhardt. On the morning of December 5th, 2025. Now this is important to me. The date. Because what is this? And I know y'all think it's tedious, but Ben done made a whole part 3 update because of one of these little date findings, so if you wouldn't mind bearing with me. It was submitted by him on December 11th. He's talking about an incident that happened on December 5th in the morning. Remember that. Approximately 10:30 a.m. I entered a business called, I just redacted the name of the business because I don't want anybody calling those people. I was there for personal, not business reasons. Okay, so he was there to buy items at the smoke shop. And that's cool, that's fine. Who hasn't been at the smoke shop to buy something? However, I do think it's still more hypocrisy because every time somebody else has a run-in with the cops, he was acting belligerent, he was drunk, his eyes were glazed over, and everybody's getting asked, how much did you have to drink? I smell it on your breath.
Have you been drinking at all today? Because I smell a little bit off your breath. So, no, I haven't had this at all. I don't.
that in my life. I'm willing to do any drug test.
We play differently here. Does that make sense? Yeah.
But then, these people are just going into smoke shops for personal reasons. Judge, lest ye be judged, okay? December 5th, 2025 at 10:30 a.m. I entered a business called Smoke Shop. I was there for personal, not business reasons. On walking in, it just happened to overhear a customer speaking with the clerk at the counter. Adverbs. Use that creative writing degree. Read, Adam. Animatedly and loudly, somebody was talking to the clerk.
Okay.
His exact words escaped me at this time.
Visual.
The customer was
All right, y'all. I'm gonna skedaddle.
about how he and others were getting back at the
Drinky, and I'm gonna go to sleep. Put 5 to 10 minutes into my rug. I'm gonna go poop, and then I'm gonna go to bed. I love you guys. See you later.